Okay. Hello, chat from 3 minutes in the future. Hello. Or wait, 3 minutes in the past? Wait, I don't know. I forget exactly how this works. But anyway, hi. Either way, this is 3 minutes away from me actually saying this live, so like we can't really interact. Yeah, we can't really hang out and talk very much. So, yeah. Hi, friends. I don't exactly know. Okay, wait. I'm doing a little test here for the overlay. Hold on. This is what it might look like. Assuming these are the teams that play, this is what it might look like. I'm going to turn off alerts. Wait, where's alerts? Am I stupid? Wait, alerts are off. Oh, alerts were only on the starting student screen. I see. Okay, cool. Let me boot up. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do up until we're actually ready to cast, because again, I can't really talk with you guys very much. I can't really interact because of the delay. And we have to have a delay in order for things to be fair, right? I'm not gonna stream it like literally live when there's like money on the line and stuff. So we have a 3-minute delay. But this is the DVD Community Cup. It looks like okay, so we're allowed to cast the semifinals, and it looks like right now 2 out of the 4 teams that are in the semifinals are confirmed. And we're waiting for the other 2 to be confirmed. Like, we're waiting for them to finish their match. Interestingly enough, one of the teams is a team. It's not the exact team, but it's some players that have played in Scrim Night, which is actually kind of cool. If you guys remember, they played in like the first couple weeks. They actually played with Cinecookie. It was Jukebox and Apply to Forehead, and like those gamers. So like they've played in Scrim Night, and they are one of the teams in the semis. So that's kind of cool. We might end up casting them. I'm not sure which game we're gonna cast. We might end up casting them, or we might cast the other game. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna cast one of the semis games, and then we're gonna go to the finals, and I'm gonna cast one of those as well. Is what's gonna end up happening. Okay. So it's gonna be so it's gonna be a bit interesting. Let me explain exactly how this works, and I'm probably gonna be doing this multiple times because I know people are gonna be coming in and they're not really gonna know. But basically, the way this works. Like the way the rules for this works is also how the fuck are ads gonna work? Like, are ads playing right now while I'm saying this? Oh god, I don't know, because right now it shows ads playing, but does that mean the ads are gonna play 3 minutes from now, or are they playing like actually when it says they're playing? Dude, I don't fucking know. Ads are gonna be funky as shit. Either way, I'm just gonna explain anyway. Let me pull up the actual page and everything, and I'll try to show you. Okay, so this is the bracket. Okay, this is the bracket. It's on Battlefy. Okay, it's a pretty big fucking bracket. There's a lot of teams. Okay, so the way it works is obviously you got to play through your bracket. By the way, the matchmaking for the brackets is, as far as I'm aware, it's completely random. Like, I know that one of the teams that might end up making it Petroleum is like a comp team. And they've like, I was like looking at their bracket, and they had played against like I know Astray is another like pretty good comp team. So like these guys had like an interesting schedule, because like their like earlier bracket, Chad's was another team that played in Scrim Nights as well. It feels like their brackets like the brackets are kind of random. So sometimes you'll get like, I would have loved to have casted this game. Like, this was literally their like 3rd round game. I would have loved to have casted that. I'm sure that was an amazing match. But like the matchmaking is kind of random. They kind of just like throw teams in the bracket however they want, and then they're just like, hey, best of luck, you know. I mean, the best team's still gonna win regardless, so fuck it. So right now we have WAGD WED on the top of the bracket. We're waiting for the winner between Petroleum and Karma. Whoever wins this match will play against WED. And we also have Misery down here waiting for the winners of the Elite 2.0 and La Olden Templaria. So once we get the results from those, we'll actually have the final 2 matches. So the way this works is the winners are basically just decide. Okay, actually, let me explain this in a better way. Like, the way this works is that, so there's 2 teams, right? And there's 5 persons per team. So like right now, like for instance, if we look at this match, there's 5 players on Petroleum, 5 players on Karma. Okay, so the killer from Karma will play against the 4 survivors from Petroleum, and then the killer from Petroleum will play against the 4 survivors from Karma. But it happens at the exact same time. Like, they play the game simultaneously. It's not like you do one game and then you stop and then you do the other game. They happen at the same time. So basically, there's going to be like each one of these matches is going to have 2 games going on at the same time, and we're going to only be able to cast one of those games. If I'm not mistaken, I think Ots is actually going to cast the other one. So me and Ots are going to kind of like tag up to basically double cast one game, because he's going to do one of the matches and then I'm going to do the other, right? So I'm not sure what survivor team and what killer team I'm doing and everything. I really don't know. I have no idea. We're going to find out when we get there. But yeah, and the way that it works is basically the rules are the number one like win condition is just killing more survivors than the other side, right? Like if one killer kills 3 and the other killer kills 2, the killer that kills 3 wins, right? Like their team wins. Like that's the most simple way to do it. But if they get the exact same amount of kills, then the current tiebreaker is sacrifice points, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I have brought it up with him. I've had a lot of discussions with him, and it's something that might end up getting changed in the future. But for now, that's what it is. So it's just gonna have to be dealt with. Like there is a chance that you get a weird situation where a team wins that feels like they shouldn't, but let's just hope that doesn't happen. But right now, that's the way it works. It's based on kills. If the kills end up being the exact same, then it goes to sacrifice points. And yeah, so basically once the match starts, we're going to be watching it, and we're not really going to like, it's going to be interesting because you guys are going to be used to scrim nights and stuff, right? Where we kind of know the win condition. We're not going to know the win condition here because both games are going to be happening at the same time. So like if we're watching the killer and they 4K or they 3K, we're not going to know if that's good enough to win. We're going to have to like check in on the other match and see how it's going, you know, or if both sides 4K, for instance, then we'll have to like figure that out too, right? It's going to be, oh wait, these guys are ready. Oh, these guys are ready. I need to check my Discord. Ooh, let me check my Discord. Okay, yeah, I think it's coming soon. Okay. I think we're gonna be ready for them to go. I put up the Elite 2.0 because they were one of the teams that might make it, and then of course, fuck me, they lost. So I gotta change this to the other team. This is assuming I even cast this one. Oh god, this one's not gonna work, isn't it? It's way too long. Not like this. Oh wait, no. That works. Good enough for me. Sure, whatever. Sure, man. Sure. This is assuming we even cast this game and we don't cast the one up top. I'm not sure, but we do have one of the semifinals that's definitely confirmed as Misery versus La Orden Templaria. Is that like the Templar Order? Interesting. Okay, hey, yo, Earthly Veil, thank you for the 6-month resub. Minion Wars, thank you for the 30 months, man. Missy Mars, thank you for the whole 1 gear. Flopper resub with a tier 3 $25 big dick sub for 20 months. Rabbit Panda, thank you for the 7 months. Lazy Invader, thank you for the 6 months. Major Trip Hazard with the motherfucking 51. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate it. Again, there's not going to be any alerts, and there's going to be a big-ass delay, so you guys are going to be getting thanked very, very late. But, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the tournament, feel free to ask. And again, assuming that if we're not started in 3 minutes from now and I see it, I'll answer it. So, like, you might get an answer in 3 minutes. But if the match is ready to go before I get to your question, then obviously I won't be able to. But if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. I'm trying to explain it as much as I can before we get into it, just so that you guys can understand what the hell is going on. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to, you know, I might not be able to cover everything. So we'll see. Okay, I got my friend code. How's this friend code thing work? How do you add people using a friend code? Add a friend. Enter a friend code. Okay. Do. Okay. I believe they are added. Okay, but whose team is this? The name doesn't look familiar from any of the teams. I think he's using some weird name. Because this doesn't look like a member of any of these teams based on his name on Steam. Fuck me, man. I believe I've added them. I believe. Right? Wait, oh, I should probably appear online, huh? That would probably be smart. Doot, 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 doot. Wait, he hasn't added me. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, I'm kind of just waiting for this person to like add me and invite me because I gotta get into their lobby so that I can cast it. Ah, haha, there we are, poggers. Okay, sweet. Okay, I don't know whose team this man's is on. Hey, yo. They said hi, Tofu. Hey. Best of luck, man. Okay, so this is Lorden Templaria's killer, right? Don't tell them. But I literally got Dredge like, oh god, oh god. Oh no, not like this. I'll say nothing. Don't worry. You're a pro. That's... Wait, so are you from Misery or Lorden? Weird, they told me Lorden. But I thought that might have been wrong. Okay. So, yeah, I guess they told me backwards. Okay. It's chill. I can, I need to reverse the, I need to reverse, like, the things on the overlay, but we're good. Okay. Yeah, this side is actually Misery. So, we got the killer from Misery. I know I never saved it either, so it's gonna still say the old one, so, you know, just bear with me. And then the survivors from the Orden Templaria. Bam, that should be correct. So there we go. We're gonna be having the killer player from Misery. Man, the fact that this guy just bought Dredge. What's interesting about this is you have a lot of different people to choose from, okay? So that kind of makes this interesting too. Huh. Hey, one of those guys' hours. They should be a lot. I mean, for them to make it this far in the tournament, there's a lot of like comp teams that play in this tournament. As a matter of fact, I know Misery's a comp team. I don't know much about the other team. But but anyway, yeah, sorry. What am I saying? Yeah. Like, basically, everyone that's gonna be in the semis should be a very, very good team. Like, these guys are all gonna be good. Like, there's no one that's gonna be, like, met at the game, like, this late in. There's no way. Because there's, like, a lot of comp teams that play in these. So, like, anybody that makes it this far in is gonna be very, very good. Okay, so someone asked about the rules in terms of, like, what you could run. Survivors all have to run unique perks. That's it, though. They all have to run unique perks, but that's literally it. I also forgot to explain when I was looking at the bracket. Let me explain this as well. I also forgot to explain this. The way it works as well is that every round has a set map as well as set killers you can choose. What I find interesting is the fact that like this guy just talked about Dredge and how he just got him earlier, which is interesting because like there's other options, right? But like I guess the other options are just not as good. Like I think Dredge is probably the best choice out of these four, I would imagine. Like I feel like Dredge feels to me like strong, especially on Midwich where there's so many lockers. Dredge feels like the best pick here. It's kind of a shame we couldn't actually cast the quarterfinals because like that's a good set of killers right there, right? So this is the four killers that they can choose from. No matter what, it gets played on Midwich. The teams can basically pick one of these four killers. And then on the very last game, it's going to be on Cool Tower, and they're going to be able to pick one of these four killers, which is an interesting set of four killers for the finale. I would expect to probably see Wesker or maybe Oni. Actually, I don't know. I really don't know who the hell we'd see in the, I really don't know who we're going to see in the grand finals. That's going to be interesting. Other than that, though, yeah, as far as the rules go, I'm pretty sure it's just that you can't run any items over yellow rarity, I believe. Same thing with add-ons. You can only run common and uncommon add-ons for killer, so no green add-ons on any side, which is actually interesting because like that makes killers like Blight kind of interesting, right? Because you can't run anything above yellow. It's kind of interesting. Survivors, you just get, I think survivors, the only thing is you just have to choose a unique perk per player. I think yeah, items must be unique per survivor, so no duplicates, so there can't be like multiple medkits. They must be common and uncommon. So like everything, basically everything that you bring as far as add-ons, items, and everything, all have to be common and uncommon. Nothing above yellow rarity for anything. No offerings allowed. All survivors must run unique perks. So we're not going to, so like there's not going to be any duplicate perks, but there's also no banned perks on either side either. So you're allowed to run any perk. It's just a matter of not repeating them. I mean, what else is there? I mean, the new killer rule doesn't really apply. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. Just unique perks and then yellow and under basically for everything. I mean, that's essentially it. Other than that, it's just you just play the two games and then it goes based off kills, and then outside of kills, it's motherfucking sacrifice points, you know? It's motherfucking sacrifice points. So we'll see how that goes. Again, it looks like Karma actually beat Petroleum. That's interesting. So WHED, I don't know, is it WED or WHED? I'm not sure. WED versus Karma is going to be happening. We're not going to be casting this one, right? So this game's going to be happening elsewhere while we're casting this one. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe OTS is going to be casting the other side of this. So if you guys want to see Misery's Survivors go up against La Order Templaria's Killer, that'll probably be happening on OTS's channel. I'm assuming, I think. But we're going to be doing Misery's Killer versus the survivors of... Oh, Seduced by Siren is someone that we know too. We played against their spirit a while back. You guys remember? You guys might remember that. I remember that. We actually ran into them in a public match. They were a really good spirit. This is cool. See, this is why I was excited to cast NA. I really want to do this more. Like, I really want to, like... I'm hoping that they'll let me cast NA tournaments every single month. Because I want to, like... I want to get to know all these, like, NA players, you know? Like there's even some of these guys that I've ran into like in pubs and stuff, you know what I mean? And it's cool to see because I want to get to know all these guys. I kind of want to get in, like, I don't know, I just want to be familiar with the like the NA scene, the like NA scene in terms of comp. I feel like the only things I'm really familiar with in terms of comp are like the really good teams that like win tournaments all the time, which is like 2 teams. So like I feel like I know 2 teams out of like, I don't know, like probably like 50, 60 that I should know. And I want to like get to know them more because a lot of because like they're all cracked, like they're all insane, they're all miles better than I am or probably I ever will be. So it's still like it's amazing to watch any of these guys play, and I'm really excited to like see these games. So I'm really hoping I can do these kind of things more. Let me just see, is OTS I know OTS said he was going to like reboot his stream with a delay or something, so I'm imagining OTS is going to be casting the other side. Yeah, it looks like he is, yes. He said, "Where's your team? Where is your team?" Excuse me, where is your team? Okay. Okay. I will be streaming the finals as well. Again, after this game, me, like whoever wins this match as well as the other match, me and Otts are going to do the same thing that we're doing to this match, but in the finals. We're going to be going into the finals, and we're going to be casting one side and the other. Okay. So that the same thing is going to happen, right? It's going to be like Otts will take one team's survivor versus killer, and then I'll take the other team's survivor versus killer, and then we'll do the same thing in the finals. And then at the end of the match, we'll have to like take a look at the other result and maybe like see exactly how they did in terms of like how many kills they got and, you know, how many sacrifice points they got. The thing that's interesting is if it ends up coming down to a tiebreaker, we might not be able to tell you who won. That's what's a little bit weird about this tiebreaker rule. It's not exactly too caster friendly, but I think hopefully it won't end up being a problem. Maybe it'll be okay. But if it ends up coming down to a tiebreaker, like if hypothetically, if they both 4K, I don't think we're going to be able to tell from like a spectator point of view who has the most sacrifice points. I think we're going to have to like wait for them to like show screenshots of their end game screen or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come to that. It might not. It might be chill. I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. We will see. I'm excited to watch this game. I'm excited to watch this game. Yo, Magic Mike, thank you for the 7 months, man. Komos, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back in, dude. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys all for the subs. Thank you. Oh man. Wait, are these guys all console? Wait a minute, are these guys a fucking full console team? I think they actually mentioned something I saw on the channel where we were doing the casting. They mentioned to Otts that the killer was on console. Damn, this is a full console team making it the whole way to semis. That's sick. That's actually super sick. People shitting on console out here, please. Look at these guys, dude. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. All right, here we go. Okay. Here we go. We are booting up. Okay. So, killer for Team Misery, survivors for Team La Orden Templaria. This is the semifinals of the DVD Community Cup number 3. This is the 3rd month running of this tournament, so we're going to be casting this match and then also going into the finals and casting one of the 2 matches from that one as well. This match will be played on Midwich, no matter what. The killer has a choice between 4 different killers that they can choose from, but we already have kind of a little inside information that told us that they are playing Dredge. So we kind of already know a little bit about what's going to be happening. I don't know the builds, though. Again, just a quick reminder, survivors are allowed to run any perks as long as they don't run the same perk as a teammate. It has to be unique perks on every survivor. And killers, as well as survivors, can only bring yellow and under rarity in terms of items and add-ons and everything, right? Like the killer's add-ons can't be anything below or can't be anything above green rarity, and same thing with the survivor items. They can't be matching, and they also can't be above green rarity. So let's see. We got Heck or Sup on the Dredge. And it looks like he's running Colubrine, Eruption, Deadlock, and Corrupted Intervention. Pretty standard build that you would think to see on like pretty much any kind of a comp setting. So he has a lot of like mid-game pressure with both Deadlock, with basically everything other than Corrupted Intervention, just a bunch of slowdown. Colubrine Eruption makes it very, very powerful to kick perks. To kick gens. It will apply both Colubrine and Eruption on it, and then also Deadlock is really, really good if you're camping out a hook and trying to secure a kill, as well as just giving you information on what gens have the most progress, you know? As well as also giving you Sol. It's kind of like a little 3-for-1 perk that just happens automatically. It's actually quite nice. Looks like he's going to teleport over to this corner and find a survivor on these gens. The door was locked, though, so he's a little bit behind in this chase. The survivor's most likely going to sprint burst? Actually, no. That was a weird delay there. That was kind of odd. I'm not sure what took them so long to get started on that chase, but actually gonna find an opening hit on this ace pretty easily, actually, like strangely easily. Also his add-ons are Malformed Skull. That's that add-on that makes it so that the charge rate for Nightfall when survivors are injured is much more. So every time the survivor's injured, Nightfall will slowly charge, but with Malformed Skull, instead of it being slowly, it'll be a little bit quicker. Teleports back up to that gen, finds another hit on that Ada. So he's going to be spreading damage to a lot of different survivors like this, and that's going to get Nightfall to trigger pretty quickly because of Malformed Skull. Malformed Skull is a very strong add-on for that. The other one is Burnt Letters, which makes it so that the number of charges out of the Nightfall meter when injuring a survivor is increased. So basically, every time he hits a survivor, it'll also add another bigger chunk. So there you go. Gets the down on Ada at this not very good window. Kind of a, in my opinion, a little bit of a questionable decision for her to run to this window. Not exactly the strongest place to go, but also I guess she really couldn't make it too much elsewhere. So very unfortunate for her to go down. That's going to be the first hook. And also Nightfall is going to activate on that hook, which is going to be it's going to be an interesting power spike. So I'm kind of curious to see how they handle this now, right? Like there's Nightfall. They can't see shit. They do have a boon in the corner, which is going to do a lot for them. That boon is going to be really good for them resetting. But looks like Claudette does get found on this generator. He's going to kick the gen, as well as getting that hit on Claudette. And again, he has really fast teleporting with Nightfall, as well as tracking, as well as he has just so much power, as well as stealth. Like he has so much going for him in Nightfall. This is such a scary time to be against Dredge. He's going to take a peek over at this gen, sees nothing. Going to keep coming back and checking on the hook. Again, what you're most likely going to see is him trying to get one survivor out as fast as he can. So this survivor on hook will most likely... She's actually hit with Reassurance right now. We can't see the overlay of it, but you can see it when I hover over. She's actually hit with Reassurance. So her bar is not going to move for 30 seconds. So that's a really good play from the survivors to reassure. They don't really have to like unhook her right now. They can wait a little bit while the Reassurance ticks down. But they're going to want to try to get her before struggle, and the killer's also going to not want them to get her before struggle. So it's an interesting little duel they're doing though. But he is committing pretty far away right now. Like this is a pretty big commitment far away from the hook. He's going to kick this pallet. Are they not saving? They're saving now. Is he going to lose this Ada though? He's going to teleport back to the... Oh, nope. I was going to say, if this Ada can get away, like if she can get away entirely and like kind of get a lot of distance and maybe even lose him, that could have been huge. But instead he makes it back. He finds the Ada, going to get a hit on her. They are getting a lot of gens done though. Second gen gets done. There is a boon in this corner. And again, you're going to be seeing this trying to kill one survivor as fast as you can strategy. It's probably the best thing that you can do. I think he was trying to fake a teleport forward, but it didn't. She kind of didn't bite on it. Gonna be chasing her into this not very good pallet. If he zones on the way out here, he could... Well, it looks like he's gonna get the down no matter what. So down goes Ada. That's gonna be her second hook. I don't believe she had Decisive Strike or anything right now. It looks like the Nia had Decisive Strike. So let's take a look. Claudette has a gen on about half. Looks like Ace also has a gen on about half. And then Young Jin has a gen that's just started. So between the last three gens, they're all three being worked on, but only one of them is like even close to being done. And again, Call of Brine Eruption exists. So like, you know, having this whole like gen spread out thing is good, but at the same time, it might also be bad because maybe none of these gens will get done if Hacker Sut manages to actually get there and find them and, you know, like apply Eruption to them. So it could end up coming back to bite them, but we'll see. Did that survivor get hit with Reassurance? She actually did. Was it the Claudette or did they do it from down below? No, I think they just did it from down below. That's the thing that makes Reassurance, especially on this map, so crazy, is that you can do it through the floor, right? So that Young Jin hit her with Reassurance through the floor. She didn't even have to get anywhere near the killer to apply Reassurance. But again, here we go. This is going to be Call of Brine Eruption on this gen as well, which is a nice little tag. Also, Nightfall is going to be starting very soon. There is some scratch marks here. Are they going to go for the unhook? They are going to go for the unhook. Interesting. Okay. So... now the Ada just needs to try to buy as much time as she can before she dies. That was a really good teleport from the Dredge. Really good. Gets the hit on her. He probably assumes off the record and just figured he's got to get 2 hits on her. What? Oh, she doubled back. Did he no, that was someone else that doubled back. Sorry, that was my mistake. Ada gonna go down pretty quickly. The chase does not last very long. So very good from the Dredge here. Not very good from the Ada that these chases aren't lasting very long. That chase, ideally these chases could have lasted a bit longer using some of these pallets and rooms. But she kind of just goes down quick. So now it's a 3v1, 2 gens left. Call of Brine Eruption still in place. Nightfall still in place right now. Let's see if there's any gens like near being done. Claudette is doing one, but like there's a pretty good chance that the dredge is going to find his way back to that at some point. Maybe he might end up just committing to this young Jin though. I guess we'll see. I'm surprised by this. Like his power is going to run out soon. His Nightfall, I mean. And Nightfall is a big thing that makes this killer so strong, because you can just get to like all the gens, right? Especially with this build. Like with this build being like so reliant on kicking gens and stalling out the game, it feels like at this point in the match you would definitely want to utilize your Nightfall to like go check on the gens, find out which ones are being worked on, apply a Call of Brine Eruption to them, you know. Good play there though, getting the hit on the ace. The ace was trying to bait a swing out so he would miss, but he couldn't quite get it done. He should be able to use his... Okay, he kind of made a little pallet prison. Ace might try to get away here, but I don't think he will. Yeah, there's no way. I think Ace is pretty much dead here. Barring a crazy strong play somehow, like it's gonna take pretty much a miracle for Ace to get out of this alive, I believe. But honestly, it's taken Hecker Sup a while to do this. He can probably just use his power to... Interesting. He could probably just use his power to like zone him into that corner, but instead he didn't. Kind of had a bit of a dance there, and it did buy some time. I mean, it took a while in order before that down came in, but he also finds the third survivor too. Okay, this is actually really big. Gets a questionable hit through the window, but this is really big. He knows where all three of them are now, right? He knows that there's no gen like secretly being worked on, because that's kind of the big fear of this right now, right? Is the fact that you don't know where the young gen's been this whole time. So it makes you a little bit worried that like, oh, maybe she's finishing a gen, right? Like maybe that final gen's gonna pop any second. But the fact that the fact that the dredge just saw that young gen is huge. Like now they're free to know that no gen is about to pop in the next like couple seconds. Although it looks like they lost track of their slug. Where is their slug? They're actually in the hallway. Damn, Claudette got some distance, dude. She crawled out of there. Wow, Claudette actually making a kind of clutch play there. And crawling away. Nightfall is active, though. That's going to help him find Claudette, as well as just help him get around the map in general. Opting not to bust out into the locks or anything. Just going to wander around, try to find people. Checking on all three of the gens, just to make sure. No current progress happening on any of them. Has some killer instinct. Claudette does get picked up though, so she's back. So again, so far, just the 3 hooks on the Ada that died. So far, nothing else yet. Like he got it down, but then failed to actually capitalize and get a hook out of it. So still kind of in the same position they were at when the 3v1 first started. Oh, a little bit slow on that vault. Doesn't quite make it. Ace gets out. He's going to be running into the middle here. Again, vision on all 3 survivors. That's really, really important. Again, he doesn't have to worry about any of the upstairs gens right now. Going to hit the Claudette. They still have that boon up, I believe, which is going to do wonders for them in terms of resetting. This Ace is going to find his way to this pallet, but this is a really sticky situation to be in against Dredge. Yeah, it's so tough because he can teleport back at any point. Down goes Ace. Really well played from Heck there. That's kind of the power of Dredge and those kind of tiles, right? Like you can kind of just set up your what would you call it, a husk? You can set up your husk on like a certain little corner where it puts the survivor in a tough spot where they have to just try to like mind game you. And as long as you're patient, like Heck was, then you can't really do much. This is also really good from Heck. He's carrying him. I was gonna say it could be really good unless he doesn't make it to the hook, and he didn't make it to the hook, so never mind, it wasn't good. It was almost good. It was a little greedy because I saw what he was trying to do. What he was trying to do is he was trying to carry him to the generator that was being worked on so that he can kick the generator and then just camp the hook and the generator at the same time, which would have been really good if he got there, but he actually wiggles out. This is insane. There's like been 2 times now where he's gotten it down and has not been able to get a hook out of it yet. So there we go. Again, another down. He's going to go check on this gen just to make sure it's not getting slammed out with a toolbox or anything. It is still regressing. He's going to hit it with a kick, and he's going to go try to get this hook, and he's most likely going to try to hook this Ace at least somewhere relatively close to this hook. Or sorry, to this gen. Like he wants to be able to keep an eye on this gen while also pressuring the hook at the same time, because that gen has so much progress that they're going to be wanting to work on it, right? So let's see what the survivors are opting to do. It looks like they already hit him with reassurance. Claudette doing the outside gen. This is so good from her. So good from her. Yes, pressure those other gens. Very, very solid play from these guys. Pressuring the correct gens at the right time. That gives them time to unhook because the Dredge really can't walk away from this, right? This gen has so much progress that he can't really afford to walk away. So he has to commit, at least get the hit and the kick, which he did, which gives them time to unhook and get away. So well-timed everything from the survivors there. They unhooked him at the perfect time. Pressured the right gen at the right time. Really, really well played overall. Even here, he's most likely going to have to check on this gen because you're going to be worried about the Claudette cranking it out. It doesn't look like she's opting to do so, but really, really good, safe, smart play from the survivors here. Really, really solid. This team is really playing this phenomenally, honestly. Let's see what they're doing now in Nightfall. Looks like they're actually doing the upstairs. No, actually, this is the downstairs gen. They're healing up in the boon. Looks like the dredge checked on the upstairs gen, sees no progress. Oh, he's going to the gen in the courtyard. That's not the one that's being worked on. Oh, he sees the killer instinct now. Is he gonna get there? He should get there. He should get there to interrupt it. But it has so much progress. Spin burst also coming in, not getting hit. Yunjin playing around that perfectly, doing such a good job. Pressuring that gen when she can, getting away perfectly. He's trying to utilize the stealth right now. Is this gonna work? It did. Interesting way to utilize stealth. He went outside and just kind of waited a minute because he had a pretty good idea that Yunjin was going to come right back to that generator and try to get some work on it. I think he's going to try to get an eruption proc now is what he might do. Rather than going back to the gen, this is kind of a gamble, right? Because again, you don't know if the survivors are doing the gen or not. There isn't anyone on the gen, so he is safe to do this, but this is definitely a bit of a gamble. But he's going to get that down. He's going to proc eruption on the generator just to regress it an extra 10%, which is a decent chunk. And he's going to get the hook on this Yunjin now. Ace is up on this gen up top though, which is one that they've not been pressuring all game. So I don't know if the dredge is going to be expecting this. He might not. Let's see what he does. Especially with Claudette pressuring this gen. I love this as well, because this is going to make the dredge think like, oh, the 2 gens that are being worked on, that's all I got to worry about, those 2 gens, right? He sees there's no progress on that. He's like, oh, something's fishy here. That's what's fishy. Yep, there it is. Doesn't quite get that hit on Ace. He's going to kick this gen with Colorblind Eruption real quick. The gen doesn't have... It has a good bit of progress, but it's not like a dangerous amount, though. Also, the eruption kicking in on that bottom gen regressed it enough that he's not really in any immediate danger. So he's actually... The dredge is in a pretty good spot. The survivors have been handling this really well, but getting that eruption proc did a lot for him in terms of, like, calming this pressure that he's dealing with in terms of all these generators. Finds a hit on every survivor, so that's going to make them all injured. It's going to make it a little bit awkward. Doing a little phase up 360 phase clan baby before he teleports. I mean, realistically, he was probably just looking for a locker, but I'd like to think it was style points. Finds the boon, finds the Claudette at the boon. He's going to snuff this, which, you know, finally, because that thing has been getting so much value. It's hard to, like, justify taking the time to snuff a boon because it's, like, such a time sink to do it. But, man, that boon has gotten so much value this game. Finds the hit on the healthy Yunjin. What these guys are most likely going to be doing, what you will most likely see from these survivors, is they're most likely going to be only wanting to tackle the gens when they're healthy. But actually, the dredge is in a really good spot right now because they're all injured, and he's also in Nightfall. So at any point right now, he can leave the chase like he is right now. Like, it's so hard for him to do gens, right? Like, they're going to want to heal up before doing gens for sure, because at any point during a chase, he can literally just stop chasing and teleport to a gen and potentially kill someone that's on it, that's injured, right? And that's why, again, that's why you're not seeing them on the gens. This is smart from these guys. This is really, really smart. It would be a really greedy and stupid play for these guys to just get on the gens while injured. So I'm really, really happy that they're not doing that. It's a big mistake that you'd see from a lot of the like less experienced survivor teams. This is exactly how you want to handle this. Just calm, safe. Looks like Ace is looking for a new totem to boon that he can't quite find. But you just want to play it calm, safe. Take your time, be patient. There's no need to rush it. Don't do any risky plays. Just do what you gotta do. Stay, like, don't tackle the gen unless you're full health, right? The dredge has no possible way of one-shot downing you. So if you're full health, there's no chance of you dying immediately, right? It's gonna have to be 2 hits. So as long as you can get away, heal yourself, or have a teammate heal you, and only do the gens whenever you're healthy. There will never actually be a risk of dying, at least not immediately. So you can kind of just slowly have this war of attrition where you try to get more gen progress than the killer can regress. And if you tackle the gens right and you pressure them correctly, and especially if you have like a decent chase here and there, it's definitely totally reasonable to do. The problem now is that they're trying to find a totem. Ace found one in the corner by the library. Claudette is pressuring this gen in the top corner, which actually has a good bit of progress. Dredge is going to find his way up here though. Most likely going to find a hit on her way down. She's probably going to vault this window while getting hit, I would assume. Nope, just eats a hit instead. He's going to go kick this gem with Colorblind Eruption to put Eruption as well as Colorblind back on it again. The boon does come in, though, so now they're able to reset. So here we go. This is why, again, this is why boons are so incredibly strong. Circle of Healing in particular, man, so incredibly strong. The fact that these guys can run off and reset themselves alone without needing their teammates to actually help them do it is so big. Ooh, doesn't quite get the heal off, though. It's actually like 98% healed. Is that going to come back to bite her? Is she going to be okay here? I'm assuming she might be able to heal anyway, but... Ooh, the locked doors coming in pretty clutch. The dredge, okay, yeah, she got it off right there. She actually finished the heal right there. So they're all back to full health again. The dredge really wants to get it down here. Like, you really want to get that eruption proc. Like that like 10% eruption on all the gens that have progress. I mean, it wouldn't be that one, but getting like that like 10% progress regression on every gen is so big. So you know the dredge is really, really itching to get that eruption proc right now. But so far, these survivors doing so well here. Doing such a good job of just playing super safe. This is like, we're probably going to be in for a long one. This is probably going to end up being a pretty long match. These guys are really dedicated to this war of attrition, and this is really what you have to do, right? You got to take no chances, war of attrition it, tackle the gens, play safe, heal each other, and most importantly, just don't go down. That's the important thing, right? Just don't go down. If this dredge can get it down at some point, it's going to really, really start to like sway the tides in his favor. But so far, man, I mean, we're stuck in a stalemate here so far. He's teleporting around. He's hitting someone. He's getting his nightfall up, but these guys are running off and they're able to heal. And again, I know this might be a bad time for this, but I know we had a discussion about circle of healing for scrims, and I think this is a pretty good example of why it's so crazy, man. Like, these guys all being able to run off and reset them and reset each other by themselves and not having to have a teammate do it is giving them so much pressure. It's making it so hard for the dredge to actually like get a down. He finally does commit to the ace though. I think he just kind of figured he can go for it. I mean, these guys are definitely playing safe, and is he not going to make this hook? Dude, these mid-witch hooks are terrible. He should make this, right? Oh my God, just barely makes the hook. Dude, these mid-witch hooks are questionable sometimes, my Lord. But I think he did realize that these guys are definitely playing safe. They're not doing gens injured ever. So I think at this point in the match, he's probably assuming that if every survivor's injured, he's probably safe to just commit to a chase, because there's pretty much just no chance that they're gonna go do a gen while injured. They seem pretty dedicated to like only doing gens while healed. So he does commit to that ace. He gets the down. That's gonna be Ace's second hook. This is gonna be scary now, because if Ace dies, it's gonna be a 2v1, and the 2v1's gonna make this infinitely harder to deal with. I'm surprised he doesn't just hit this Claudette, because he can still teleport ahead of this ace and maybe catch him off guard. Again, has vision of all three survivors though, which is really important. No fear of a gen popping right now, at least for the next 20 or 30 seconds or so. Ooh, no, that was weird. It looked like there wasn't live, and then there was. You like straight to the side, and it was almost like a fake out. Ooh, Claudette coming in for the bot. Wait, this doesn't get the body block. What happened? Oh, off the record coming in. Ada never had off the record the whole time. That's crazy, dude. Young Jin getting... Oh no, trying to get some progress on the gen while the ace was getting tunneled, but he actually does leave the chase and goes and checks on the gen. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what happens. You do the gen while injured even just one time against Dredge, especially during Nightfall. Man, oh man, oh man. Now she's going to be basement in two. This is going to be her second hook. She's going to be in basement. Ace needs to mend up. He's in danger. He needs to mend up, possibly heal up, because he's one hook away from dying. If he dies at any point, it's basically over. You can't really win a 2v1 at this stage of the game, or really at any stage of the game, other than like, the very, very end game when the gates are open, essentially. He does find the gen that's being worked on, kicks it, chases the Claudette off. Really, really good position for the Dredge now. It seems like this war of attrition is starting to come to a head in the Dredge's favor. It's definitely not over yet. The survivors still have a chance. Claudette pressuring a different gen while Ace is healing. They're going to wait for the Ace to heal before trying to make any kind of move on this hook. No kinship or anything on the survivor. Again, usually something you'll see is, not usually, but something you'll see sometimes is the survivor that's running reassurance will also run kinship. That way they have a way to stall out their hook as well. It looks like he wants to confirm this kill. He looks like he's very, very much wanting to confirm this kill. He seems pretty confident that they're not going to be able to get a gen done. I think he saw the progress of all the gens, and he definitely knows for sure. He knows they're on that bottom gen, but I just don't think he even cares. He just wants to get this 2K. He wants to at least kill this second survivor. Once he kills the second survivor, it's going to be basically impossible. Like, it's going to be basically impossible from here. And yeah, there she goes. She's dead. And now it's going to be basically a 4K almost no matter what. It's going to be next to impossible for the survivors to come out of this one on top, I think. The only way it's going to happen is that there is a really major throw from the killer where he basically commits to a chase for way too long and lets them do a gen in the background, and then also lets them open the gate. I mean, I don't know. It's going to take like a miracle for these survivors to get out now. This is a pretty commanding position to be in. Nice little mind game there. Finds out on Claudette. Let's take a look at what Ace is doing. He's going to be doing the gen out in the courtyard. But again, I mean, it's a 90-second generator, so this Claudette needs to last 90 seconds for that gen to finish, which is like not an easy task against a good dredge player. So we'll see. Finds a pretty strong window here with a pretty strong pallet. Still, the breakable wall is still up too, so actually a pretty strong spot to be in. But again, like how strong? He can zone out this right side. Ooh, he should have zoned out the right side. Yeah, zone out the... He's not even using his power to zone. He's just kind of... Okay, he's just playing the pallet normal. I mean, that works too. Waiting for possible dead hard. Gets the possible dead hard. Down he goes. Triple eruption goes off. She's going to be hooked. And that's going to be her first hook. Now, what's interesting here is she could just like kill herself on hook and let him try to get hatch, right? I was actually unsure how this is going to play out. I've not actually spectated any of these Community Cup games, so I wasn't really sure how this was going to play out, but I thought he might slug for the 4K here, considering the fact that I think hatch could come back to bite him, right? If the person gets out through hatch, it might end up being, yeah, which is what she's doing. She's killing herself on hook. So actually, interesting. Ace is crouching in the grass, in a bush. He's in a bush. He is sitting in a bush. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he might get hatch. Again, I don't know the result of the other match. That's the thing. Depending on the result of the other match, it's possible that the other match has already ended, and maybe his teammates told him, like, hey, you only need, like, a 3K or something. Like, it's possible that's what happened, and that's why he didn't slug for the 4K, but I definitely think not slugging for the 4K there seems a bit risky. It seems a little bit risky. I'm going to do a little bit of intel looking and see if I can creep on. I'm going to creep on Otz's VOD real quick and see if I can see the result of the last match, because it does look like that match is over. And maybe that's why, but I'm not sure. I mean, hatch definitely could happen here, right? Like, hatch is an option. Huh. Like, I thought slugging for the 4K there would have been the play, absolutely, but... Oh, yeah, it looks like the other... Huh. Oh, yeah, it looks like the other team... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the other team got a 3 out. Okay, yeah, okay. I see. So... All right, I did a little digging, I did a little creeping, and it looks like the survivor team of the killer got 3 survivors out. So yeah, the win condition was a 2K, which I'd be willing to bet he probably got that information right around when he hooked that one survivor in basement, which is why he just stood there and was like, yep, this is securing the win. So all he needed to win was killing 2 survivors. He got 3 survivors. It doesn't even matter if this ace gets hatched. It's over no matter what. Survivor team wins. Or sorry. Killer team wins. Sorry. The killer from this team wins. Misery. Team Misery wins over Lord and Templaria. But I gotta say, these guys played really well, man. These guys put up a hell of a fight here. They played really safe. They were doing a really good job of like attacking the gens at the right times. It was really interesting to see. I think the main thing that went wrong was maybe the Ada dying a little too quickly. I feel like there wasn't enough pallets used in like the opening chases. It felt like she kind of died pretty quickly while being tunneled. I think more time could have been bought there. Oh, and I think Ace is gonna end up dying anyway. But other than that, I mean, these guys played this really well. I mean, there wasn't a lot of glaring mistakes from the survivor side. It was just the dredge played really smart and really well. He didn't make any mistakes on his end either, and he just played the gens perfectly and played the objectives perfectly. Didn't take any risks, made sure to check on the gens when he had to. Didn't give them any kind of a window to actually get a gen finish. Like anytime they had like a 30-second window or so, he would always make it a point to go back to the gens after the 30 seconds or so to make sure that there was no progress. So just really solid play from the dredge overall. And I mean, it's so hard to beat that, right? It would have taken him a good 45 minutes to sit here and back and forth to eventually beat it. Looks like he's gonna go down now, and that's it. That's the 4K. GG's. Well played from Misery. Very solid, a solid play. So we're gonna be going into the finale, the grand finals. I'm curious. I'm wondering if we can get the result of the other match too, just based off looking. But good try to team Lord and Templaria. Again, cracked ass team of survivors. Very good. Was definitely really cool to see them play. But team Misery gonna be moving on, and I think it looks like it looks like the other game might actually not even be over yet. I think the other game might still be going on in progress. So we're gonna have to be waiting for the we're gonna be waiting for the results of the other match before we can move on and do the grand finals. But GG's. Very solid match. That was a good one. That was an entertaining one to watch. I liked that one a lot. That was great. All right. GG's. Let me take a look and see what's going on. Other match seems to be having issues, so yeah, okay. I think it's gonna be a minute. I think it's gonna be a minute before the other match starts. So I think we have a little bit of time. I think we have a little bit of time. So I think we're gonna be chilling for a minute. But that was a good match, man. That was a good match. I like that a lot. I'm gonna probably spam ads right now just to make sure that we don't have any ads in the grand finals. The last thing I would want is to have ads pop up in the middle of the freaking grand finals of a tournament, right? That would be horrible. So I'm gonna make sure that I can spam some ads while we're waiting, just to make sure that we get a big ass buffer where there's no ads coming up in the future. So I mean, let me do that, and we'll take a look at some stuff. Maybe we can take a peek at Otz's VOD. I always want to just take a peek at Otz's VOD and like take a look at like what happened on the other side, because the other team got a 3 out, which is interesting. I'm curious to see what happened over there. I know that I know some of the survivors from Team Misery, and I know that they're very, very good survivors. So I mean, I can't say that I'm too surprised, but also like it felt like again, like Dredge played well on that map. Feels just so tough to go against. Like a Hecker Sub did such a good job here of pressuring that match really, really well and making it such a hard time for those guys to get out. So we're gonna be setting up. We're gonna be waiting for the final match again. So the final match, just to give you guys a quick review in case you guys are just tuning in, or you guys maybe are a little bit lost on what's going on. Let me give you guys a quick update. This is not Scrim Nights. I saw a couple of people saying, "Oh my God, Scrim Nights twice in a row." No, this is not Scrim Nights. This is the Community Cup tournament. This is a DBD sanctioned, like a behavior sanctioned tournament ran by Battlefy. So Battlefy is running this. Huge shout out to Battlefy. Also, the people from Battlefy are the ones that are letting me cast this. So like, huge shout out to those guys, because this is awesome and I'm loving doing this. These are open signups to anybody. Anybody can sign up for this. You just need a team of 5 survivors for whatever region. They have 5 regions. It's North America, South America, Europe, North Asia, and South Asia. So the five regions you can sign up for. You just need 5 players to sign up. They're all from that region. Anybody can sign up, and yeah, they're done monthly. They're done monthly. There's a $1,000 prize pool. They basically just make a bracket where they throw teams in. I believe the teams are kind of thrown in randomly. I don't believe there's actual seeding in terms of skill or anything, at least not yet. Because, I mean, how would they even know, right? They can't really keep track of every player and how good or bad they are. So they kind of just seed teams randomly and throw them in and have them play. And basically the way it works is that every round of the bracket has a map. Like, it has a pre-chosen map. And then also a chosen set of 4 killers that you can choose. So for instance, round 1 will always be on Dead Dog Saloon, and then you'll have to choose, well, I shouldn't say always, but like for this tournament, I mean, it's always open to change in the future, but like for this tournament, round 1 is Dead Dog Saloon, and there's 4 killers you can choose from, right? So both sides basically picks a killer, and then they have their killer go against the other team's survivors, and then simultaneously at the same time, the other team's killer will go against your survivors. So both the games happen at the exact same time, and then you do that through each round, right? So we just did the semifinals. And we're going to be going into the grand finals. So this was the killer pool for that one. I think both killers went with Dredge, who seems like probably the strongest choice out of the 4. And then we're going to be going into the grand finals on Cool Tower with, man, Wesker, Twins, Huntress, Oni. This is interesting. See, what I'm gonna find interesting here is what the actual choice of killer is going to be. Because I think any of these can make sense. I think any of these can make sense except for Twins. I would definitely not expect to see Twins. I think Twins, especially with no, like, perk bans, with things like Circle of Healing allowed and things like that, I think Twins will most likely not be picked. But other than Twins, I could really see any of the other 3 being picked. I think Wesker seems like the one that I would suspect would be the most likely one. But honestly, Huntress and Oni both feel like, especially on a small map like Cool Tower, they both feel like they have a really good potential to perform well. So I'm really curious to see what they'll pick here. We're waiting for this match to be over. Apparently, there was a little bit of difficulties when it came to setting it up, so it's going to be running a little bit late. Unfortunately for us, it wasn't enough difficulties that we were able to get in to cast it. It was the perfect amount of difficulties where it took a while to start, but not enough difficulties for us to actually be able to get it in cast. So unfortunate. If only there was a little bit more difficulties. But we'll have to wait for that one to be over. Then the winner of this match will go up against Misery, who won that last game. And should be an exciting match because I'm excited for it. I'm gonna be real pumped for it. I'll change the overlay once I get a confirmation of which team is actually making it in. For now, I'm not gonna bother. I guess I could just delete the other team's name for now, and then we can just wait and see who we get. Because I'm not exactly sure which team we're gonna be seeing. But we will see. Or Jedi, thank you for 27 months, man. Queen Raptor, thank you for 23 months. Appreciate it. Magic Mike, thank you for the 7. Como, thanks for the 3 months. I can't actually thank you guys in real time. Again, we are working with a 3-minute delay, so I can't actually like talk to you guys or anything. So bear with me with all that. I know that like, you know, interaction is usually pretty big on this channel, but I kind of can't do it at the moment. So hope you guys are, hope you guys understand. Dude. I'm also just gonna do I'm also gonna drop a link. Well, I wonder, okay, if my mods can hear this, can you guys do me a favor and make a link to the Battlefy Community Cup website so that anybody that's like wanting to sign up for these tournaments can sign up? Like maybe make like an !Battlefy command that just links straight to like the DBD Community Cups or something, so that like if anybody ever wants to sign up for them, they can do it. Because that's like a big thing too. Like with casting this, I also want to promote it and I want to like get it out there to people. Because I know, like, again, we have a lot of people here that do scrims and stuff and that are interested in like the comp style play. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, I mean, it's you can easily just go sign up any week, and it's, you know, it's a free tournament that you can play. It happens once a month, and $1,000 prize pool. You can try your luck. There's a lot of like competitive teams in here. There's a lot of non-competitive teams in here as well. So, you know, it's not like every team is going to be a god team that's going to like wreck your shit, right? Like you might have a chance to like play teams around your level. You might find some people that are gods. Either way, it's just going to be some pretty good practice. So, let me link. I'm going to link the bracket to the third. I'm going to link the current bracket. And if you guys want to make a command with it at some point, I mean, feel free, you know, feel free. All right, so I'm going to take a look real quick. So, again, I think we got time. I'm trying to keep an eye just to make sure. I kind of want to see what happened their game, to be honest with you. Oh, wait, are we here? He said, damn, Dredge is not a very difficult killer, but I was so tense with when the 4th gen popped. Dude. Yeah, that shit, that was scary, man. That was honestly scary. Is this still someone left over from the last team, or what's going on, y'all? What is going on, y'all? Okay. Right. Oh, man. The homies at Battlefy hooked me up. Oh, this bracket can be viewed so much better. Oh, my God. Okay, thank you. Thank you. He showed me that, like, there's a button here where you could hide the completed rounds. So instead of looking at the gigantic bracket, if I wanted to, like, sum it up to the final rounds, I could just... Oh, that's so much better. Oh, what a great website. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's so much better looking. Whew. Thank the Lord. Yeah, this is basically what we're waiting on. We're waiting for these teams to finish so they can go against Misery. Although it sounds like somebody just got invited, so we might be. No, actually they left. Never mind. That was actually just the other team leaving. Never mind. I take it back. Never mind. Let's take a look at Oz's stream. I kind of want to take a brief look at like what happened on their side. I'm just curious. This is gonna be casting a cast, okay? But I'm just curious. Like I kind of want to see what happened. Like this killer was running a very similar build. They just had Deadlock instead of, or sorry, they had Sloppy instead of Deadlock. The add-ons were almost the same too. I don't even know what that add-on is, but it's very similar add-ons as well. This is interesting. Like it's almost like the same builds, but like on this side they didn't. Like on this side they got 3 out. I'm curious to know what the difference is. If I had to guess, I'd be willing to guess it's probably how long it took for the first person to die. Because I think that was like the biggest issue with this last match, was just how quickly someone died. It felt like that first survivor dying as quickly. I mean, the first survivor didn't necessarily die fast because like there was a lot of reassurances. Like the way they played around the hooks was good. It just felt like the chases ended a little bit too quickly. See, well, this is a pretty fast first down. This is interesting. How does this end up? Huh. I'm just gonna briefly look at this because I'm curious to see how the survivor team played going into the finals. Gets the hit there. Comes back down to the guy on the pallet, right? and gets the hook. What happens here that they actually end up getting a 3 out? That's crazy. With a hook this early? Like with a down that early? That's surprising that they got a 3 out. Did she get away entirely? And that's also the deliverance survivor too. That seems like a pretty decent start. How did this go so badly for the killer? Huh. Reassurance came in on her. Okay. Buy some time. I'm trying to click the arrow with my mouse. Yeah, I can't. Sorry. I'm too used to spectating myself. Watching someone spectating is just it's hard. I'm sorry, it's hard for me. I was trying to click the actual change character. Unhook still not in though. They're just buying time, looping. Yeah. Oh, good plays from the Kate. They're not getting hit. Okay. Oh, the unhook comes in. Does he not go back for the unhook? Oh, does he let her get away? Is that what happens? Does the Ada get away? Oh, that might be what happens. Well, no, she's right here. Nope, never mind. She's right here. Huh. Okay, good body blocks. I should get her distance. Wait. Oh. Yeah, Huh. So they didn't go after the Ada. They went after the Nancy. So they didn't go for the whole like tunnel one survivor out. They kind of spread hooks. Well, I guess that's what happened. I guess that's the mistake. Had that dredge gone for the Ada, they... that's interesting. Again, that was such a strong start. I'm surprised. Ada also had the boon too, so that's also like that would have been so value, man. Like already the fact that you hooked her first when she had deliverance. Obviously, there's no way for the killer to know any of this, right? But like, I feel like the correct play, no matter what, even without knowing any perks, is still to kill that Ada, right? But like, she had deliverance, which was now out of play, and then she also had the boon, which would put that out of play. Like, dude, I think had the dredge just tunneled that Ada out, this could have been. I wonder what the result of this would have been. Interesting, because even right here, it doesn't even go to the just completely. I mean, the Nancy even comes up in body blocks, which is interesting. After being hooked once. Huh. Yeah, I guess this killer felt like they were playing very like they were trying to spread hook states as opposed to like tunneling as opposed to tunneling one person out. And I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I think that basically explains everything that I need to know. I think that makes sense. Unfortunate. I mean, hey, I don't know, man. Again, it's not something that people like to hear. But yeah, I mean, hey, get one survivor out. You know, you're playing in a tournament, man. Get one survivor out. That's all I'm saying. Get them out. Like, turn the game into a 3v1. Dude, like, the difference between the game being a 3v1 and a 4v1 is light years different, man. It is night and day difference in terms of, like, how hard it is to get pressure and stuff. Like, oh, man. Like, trying to apply full map pressure in a 4v1, so difficult. But like actually applying full map pressure in a 3v1, not that hard. Like, again, you saw in that last match with Hacker Sup that when he turned the game into a 3v1, it was not like, again, it wasn't easy, but with like smart, good play, he was able to basically like get hits here and there, you know, patrol the gens, kick them often. He was able to basically pressure the entire map just because they just didn't have the numbers to really counterbalance it, right? Like there wasn't enough. Had there been a fourth survivor while he was trying to pressure the map, it would have been so much harder. Like, it would have been, he would have had to, like, he wouldn't have been able to commit to a chase because there would have always been that one survivor that could be doing a gen. So very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Well, I mean, we'll see. Also, yeah, hey, becoming a full-time DVD caster, hey man, I would love to. I know that it's hard to, you know, I think I'm answering your question 3 minutes late, but I would love to be a full-time caster, dude. I love casting. Casting is great. The problem, I think the issue with that is there's not enough content to cast. I don't think I could be a full-time caster because there's just not enough castable stuff. But hey, that's why I like stuff like this is cool, because I want to like get some attention on this. Like these community cups are great. This is like a sick opportunity for literally anybody to sign up and play and like try their luck in a tournament. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a grassroots, like, the rule set's relatively simple. I would argue that the rule set is not even, like, actually super good for, like, high-level balance, but it's good in terms of being, like, a grassroots, like, beginner, right? Like, if you're someone that's, like, interested in the idea of comp, but, like, you know, and you want something like kind of simple but still competitive and still like official, this is really, really good for it, right? Like the rules are relatively simple. It's just like, hey, don't bring anything yellow and under, and also make sure everything you bring is unique, right? Like you can't have like matching perks or matching items, and then that's it, right? Other than that, you just got to pick like the map and killer that they choose you to pick, or that they tell you to pick, and then you just try your luck, right? You just try your luck and you just try. So it's a really, really great way to, I think, like introduce people to the idea of playing this game in a more competitive way. And again, I would highly encourage people to sign up if you guys haven't already. And hey, if you guys make it to the semis, maybe I'll cast your match, you know? Maybe we can watch you juice on some killers, you know? Hey, I'd be down. I'd be down with that. So that'd be great. And yeah, again, I am aware that it was a guy, his first time playing Dredge. He told me in the lobby. That he bought Dredge like earlier, or someone from his team bought him Dredge like earlier in the match, which is hilarious. But I mean, honestly, I feel like they probably already knew a bit about how Dredge plays just based off of playing Survivor. You know, all these guys are really good Survivor players as well. I'm sure they've gone against Dredge plenty. So I mean, that was a really good performance considering they've never played Dredge before, right? Like that was impressive considering first time ever Dredge. But I feel like when it came to like, it seemed like they knew what to do. It was just a matter of like, can they do it mechanically? I mean, I think luckily for them, Dredge isn't like a mechanically difficult killer, right? Like Dredge isn't like super mechanically difficult. Maybe the only things that would be a little bit difficult are maybe like knowing what it feels like to come out of like your teleport or whatever, and like, you know, like what direction you're facing when you teleport back to your husk. Like little things like that maybe you wouldn't be used to and you wouldn't be exactly sure how they work. But for the most part, like knowing what mind games to go for and like being able to make the right decisions on when to use your power and when not to use your power, that's kind of stuff that I'm sure they were already familiar with just from playing Survivor against Dredge and just knowing what the correct play is just from having game knowledge. So luckily for them, I think Dredge was a pretty good killer. I think Dredge was a pretty like soft killer to be playing for the first time, right? Like if they had hypothetically never played like Blight before and then just bought Blight and then had to play in a tournament match as Blight, like that would be a nightmare. That would be an absolute nightmare. That would never work. But Dredge is luckily on the more easy side, so hey, he pulled it off really well. So kudos to him. I mean, the fact that he played so well with a killer he never played before, impressive, man. Hugs Lux, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Busey, thanks for the 1 year. Welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, wait. You guys are talking about the first time playing Dredge. You guys are talking about the other killer, too. Wait a minute. So was it both of the killers' first time playing Dredge? Wait, so were both killers playing Dredge for the first time? Is that what's going on? Because, wait, Hecker Sup also played Dredge for the first time this game. Wait. I looked back at chat and I remember that I'm on a 3-minute delay, and I think you guys said that while I was still talking about the match. So like, wait, you guys, wait, both killers were playing Dredge for the first time? That's amazing. I mean, again, same thing still applies though. I think you can still know what to do with and against Dredge even if you've never played him. So that's kind of funny and interesting, but it's funny that like even with them, like to me, I find it hilarious that even with them never playing the killer or not even owning the killer, they still opt to go with them over the other choices. I mean, there was other choices, right? They could have went with Pig, Nemesis, or Hag, and they still went with Dredge. And honestly, no, I think that's still the best choice. I mean, again, I know a lot of people will say that Hag is good, but I'm telling you, man, Hag against like a really good organized team will get dumpstered. Like they'll get dumpstered. Nemesis maybe could have a chance. Nemesis actually on Midwich, like Nemesis on Midwich in particular is actually like weirdly decent. Like the zombies get so much value on that map for no reason. So yeah. And then Pig is Pig, right? So like, what are you gonna do about that? You know, what are you gonna do about that? Pig is just kind of Pig, you know. Like yeah, like really, what can be done? I definitely think Dredge is the best choice. All right, so again, I know I'm going to be very broken record here, but we got time to kill, so I might as well do it. Just in case anyone's just tuning in, this is DBD Community Cup Grand Finals. We're waiting to get the team that's going against Misery. Misery just won their semifinal match We are currently chilling. This is the bracket. Misery just won their semifinal match against La Orden Templaria. We are waiting for the winners of Karma versus... Again, I still don't know whether I should just be calling them WED or whether it's like WHED. I'm not exactly sure what the team name means, to be honest with you. But we're waiting. I'm just going to call them WED, and if that's wrong, then you know what? So be it. We're waiting for the winners of WED and Karma to basically get figured out so they can play against Misery in the finals. We just saw Misery have a really strong win over La Orden Templaria, where their Dredge 4K'd while their Survivor team managed to get 3 survivors out in pretty convincing fashion. So very, very strong performance from them going into the finals. Going into the finals, this is the map choice we have. We have Cool Tower. So they're forced to play on Cool Tower no matter what, which is actually a pretty killer favored map, I would say. I would say both of these maps are relatively decently killer favored, but Cool Tower, I would say, is a pretty killer favored map, all things considered. And honestly, a pretty strong collection of killers here. Wesker, Twins. I mean, again, Twins is the one that I don't expect to see. Twins is a killer that I think gets pretty hard countered by healing perks and the ability to reset easily. And again, with this tournament having no perk bans or anything, with things like Circle of Healing being allowed, as well as, you know, other healing perks and everything like that being allowed, like med kits and everything, I don't think Twins... I feel like there's pretty much a 0 chance of Twins. I feel like there's a very, very high chance of Wesker. Wesker feels like the most likely choice, but Huntress and Oni are also options as well. Like, in my opinion, I would expect highest chance of seeing Wesker, second highest chance of seeing Oni, third highest chance of Huntress, and then I would say almost no chance of seeing Twins, unless someone's on some psycho shit. I don't know. But Oni on Cool Tower is actually pretty nuts too. Because Oni's one of those killers, again, if you guys have watched any of the tournaments that I've casted in the past, or if you've seen any Scrim Nights with Oni, I'm sure you guys have seen, Oni is a killer where when he gets going, man, he gets going, you know? Like, if he gets one hit and he starts getting those blood orbs, he gets his power, he starts getting downs, and then as he's getting downs, they're dropping more blood orbs for him, and he can get even more downs and even more downs. Like if a good Oni really starts to snowball, it can get out of control really quickly. Like, really, really quickly. So Oni could be an option. I think the main reason why we probably won't see Huntress or Oni is really the restrictions to add-ons. I think that's probably the big thing. Like, I think if they allowed, like, green or purple add-ons, maybe there'd be a chance of it. But I think the fact that it's yellow and under add-ons is probably a big reason why we won't. Like, you can't run Lion's Fang on Oni. You can't run Akito's Crutch. You can't run Splinter and Hall. You can't run any of the good Oni add-ons, right? You'd be stuck with... I don't even know. What would you run with yellow add-ons? I'm not even sure. I'd have to take a look at the add-ons. Huntress, you can run, like, what? Like, Oak Haft and... even that, like Oak Haft, and then maybe what else even is there? There's not even that many options as far as add-ons for yellow for these two. Again, Twins I think is out of the picture no matter what with add-ons, but Wesker, I'm pretty sure Wesker has pretty decent add-ons, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm gonna hop on Killer just to take a quick look, but I'm pretty sure, like, I think Wesker has decent add-ons in the yellow and under. Like, Huntress would probably run something like Oak Haft, and then probably like either Leather Loop or Mana Grass Braid, I would assume, right? Like, that would probably be your add-on choice for Huntress. Or maybe even Shiny Pin. Shiny Pin's actually pretty good. Maybe something like this. I would say any combination of... Whoops. I would say any combination of these 4 would be for Huntress, but those are really not the best combination, right? Like, if you're playing Huntress in, like, a comp match, you want something like this, you know? Like the extra 2 from... I mean, really, though, what's the difference between this and this, right? It's just 1 hatchet. I guess that's really not that different. Like, now that I think about it, I guess that's not that big of a deal. I think Oak Haft might be one of the most important ones. So, really, Huntress, I guess, isn't that bad of an option. The more I'm thinking about it. Oni, on the other hand, though, like, Oni's purples are really strong, man. Like, Akito's Crutch, Splinter and Hall, Lion Fang, all 3 of these top row purple add-ons are so good, man. So good. They are so good. This is what, wait, La Orden Templaria using a Mexican narco cartel name? Oh my god, dude. I'm not getting put on a list, am I? Holy shit. Hey, I got nothing to do with any of this, okay? I'm just casting games. Don't ignore me, all right? Ho-ho! Anyway, so as far as add-ons go on Oni, right? Like, you can only run yellow and under, so what would it even be, dude? I don't know. There's like a weaker Lion's Fang. I guess you can run that. That's actually pretty good. 6 seconds onto your power. Ink Lion's pretty nice too, to make you make you go in and out of your power more. Actually, this one could be good in the comp setting as well, because, like, you might actually get a decent bit of passive charge if they play safe. But honestly, like, his yellow add-ons are just not that good, right? Compared to his yellow. So again, if you compare this with Wesker, Wesker's got some pretty decent yellow add-ons, right? And also Wesker's, like, purple add-ons are not that crazy. Like Wesker's not someone where you're like immediately going after his purple add-ons every time. Like obviously if you could run a iridescent, like this one's really good. But for the most part, like the main thing you're missing out on is this. Like you can't run this, but you can still run gloves for faster cooldown. You can still run loose crank for like the faster speed in between dashes, which can help you make a lot more plays. Even like some of these weird combinations of like further extension and like further throwing is really strong. Even this one, which is like the movement speed while charging, this is kind of like a rat liver, but for Wesker. This also is like very, very strong on Wesker. So he has like a lot of add-ons that are strong in like the common and yellow category. So yeah, the more I'm going through and the more I'm looking at everything and analyzing everything, I would be decently surprised if it was anything other than 2 Weskers. I feel like 2 Weskers feels like the most likely safe bet. Like really, what else are you going to do, right? Like I mean Huntress, I think Huntress is still on the table. I do think Huntress with Leather Loop and OhTofu would still be very strong too. I guess it depends on like what players are on their team and how confident they are, right? Like if you have one of those cracked out god tier Huntresses on your team, maybe you feel confident enough to go with Huntress. I will say Huntress with OhTofu is how do I say, almost impossible to unhook against. Like if you have a Huntress with OhTofu, and especially if they hook the survivor on like a hill hook, I mean obviously basement, but it doesn't even have to be basement. Even if it's just like a hill hook, if they hook up on like a hill or any hook where there's a ton of vision and it's really easy to see someone running up on the hook, it's really, really easy for the Huntress to camp that hook with OhTofu, and it's almost impossible to unhook. Or like you can't really unhook without losing a lot in the process, even with like multiple survivors. Like it's crazy how hard it can be to unhook against OhTofu to Huntress. So that could come into play as well, right? Like if someone does pick Huntress and they run like Leather Loop OhTofu, there is a chance that we'll see something like that. I mean Cold Tower does spawn a lot of hills too, so you get a survivor up on a hill on a hook, it could snowball out of control pretty quickly, you know, depending on how fast you actually get them there. So I don't know. I guess we will see. You can't run Babushka half though, Ninny, because it's yellow and under. It is yellow and under, so you can't do Babushka half, unfortunately. Oh wait, do you mean weaker Babushka half? Oh wait. You probably mean weaker Babushka half. You probably mean like mana grass braid, right? Because that's like the weaker version of Babushka, so that's probably what you're talking about. Again, 3-minute delay, so we can't actually talk to each other, but you're probably talking about mana grass braid plus OhTofu, because that would probably make sense as well. Yeah, like rather than the 1 extra hatchet. I feel like the extra hatchets are not as valuable because I feel like in a comp setting you're going to be wanting to play extra safe with your hatchets, right? Like you're not going to be going for really risky hatchets. You're going to be wanting to play safe, and you're only going to be wanting to reload at like very tactical times where it's not going to be like, I don't know. It's not gonna be like a public match where you're just chucking hatchets, going for fancy shots, hoping for the best. Like you're gonna be wanting to be really tactical about it and wanting to really make sure that you're getting it right. Let me just make sure he's playing killers in the finals. All right. Yep. I think it seems like they're ready. Wait, which team won? Let's refresh. Let us refresh. It looks like Team Karma won. Interesting. Team Karma. I mean, they beat Petroleum too. Petroleum is who won the very first Community Cup. So interesting. Wait, I can't view the match. Wait, why can't I view the match? Am I stupid? I just want to see who was on the team. I mean, I guess we'll find out who's on the team once they join, so it's fine. But Team Karma's coming in, so same thing. Misery Killer. Same killer. It's gonna be Heck again. So Heck herself will be playing killer, and we're gonna be getting Team Karma in here on Survivor. And ooh, we're gonna be getting this going, baby. I'm so excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. Let me get my overlay changed up. We'll put Karma on here. There we go. Perfect. He said Demon Dredge. I mean, he's not playing Dredge now. He can't be, but all right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Looks good, man. Hey, you know, from my completely amateur opinion, these guys just from looking at them look like certified juicers, you know? You can just take one look at these survivors and you're like, oh yeah, these guys are juicers. These guys are going to juice for sure, you know? Absolutely. So this should be interesting because, again, like, Karma seems to, like, based on who they've beaten in previous rounds, I'm not familiar with these players. Like, I'm not. I really don't know much about them. But based on, like, their record of who they've beaten, it seems like they must be very good. It seems like they must be a very, very good team. And this is exactly why I was excited to do this, because I wanted to get to know some of these teams. Because, like, you know, these guys, again, must be pretty damn good if they're able to beat these teams that they've beaten. So I'm excited to see exactly how this match shapes up. I'm just reporting back to make sure they know that everyone's on the lobby. I think what they try to do, by the way, is I think they try to make sure that both games launch at the exact same time. So I'm letting them know that everyone's in here and ready to go. And they're going to try to, I think, also do the same with the other team. And make sure that they're all ready to go at the same time. So that hopefully, like, I think what they try to do is they try to make it so that, like, at least as much as they can, they try to make it so that one game doesn't end, like, way before the other game, right? Like even like the situation we had with that last game where, like, the one team ended before the other team and they could basically tell their killer what the exact win condition is. I think they try to make that less of a situation as much as they can. Like, I mean, as much as they can anyway. Obviously you can't avoid it, but you can try to avoid it as much as possible, at least. Yeah, like, looking back at who Karma beat in this tournament, they've played against a lot of comp players that I know. Like, again, I don't know a lot of comp players, but I know a little bit of them at least. And a lot of the teams that Karma has beat are definitely comp players. So, yeah, this team must be quite cracked, which is really cool to see. Because, I mean, I'm assuming they're a comp team too. Like, I say that as if these guys aren't a comp team. I mean, obviously they're a comp team as well. I'm just not familiar with them, so I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to get familiar with them because obviously they're cracked. So excited to see this play out. We saw Heck play earlier. Like, we know he is quite good at killer himself. So this should be a good one, man. This should be a good one. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby, this should be a good one. Let me just see what's going on. Making sure Ots is all set. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna triple snooze ads just in case this ends up being like a 3-hour game. But I don't think it will be. But hey, we're booting up. We are booting up. Here we go. Oh man. Man, I love casting big games like this, dude. I get all giddy. I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve. I love it. Okay, so we have the survivors from Team Karma, who had a really tough schedule throughout this tournament. Had some really good teams that they played against the whole way up to the finals. So these guys have been, like, basically running the gauntlet in terms of, like, teams to get here. They've beat some really strong teams on their way here. So obviously already putting on a showing this tournament. And then we also have Hecker Sup, the killer from Team Misery. So the killer from Team Misery versus the survivors from Team Karma. And it's Oni! Let's go! It's Oni! I wasn't sure. I said it was most likely going to be Wesker or maybe Huntress. It's Oni! Let's go! I love this killer. So he actually does have the, I'm pretty sure he has the longer duration as well as Ink. The Ink one does like 4 different effects, but basically it like gets you in and out of your power faster, as well as some other minor effects. So decent add-ons. The build is interesting. Corrupt Intervention obviously is like a go-to no matter what, just to stop the early game from going quickly. Play with your food. He actually found the obsessions. This is really good for him as well. Play with your food can help you get your first hit, which a big thing you're going to see here against Oni is that survivors are going to play incredibly safe to try to avoid giving him his first hit. Because once Oni gets his first hit, that's when he really starts snowballing. And that play with your food stack that he got is going to help him a lot in terms of getting that first hit. Even playing safe against him is going to be really hard. He might even get a hit here. Nope, he's going to even wait for Bloodlust. Oh, and there it is. There's the first hit. Coming in. See, now he can follow around this Nia. He can collect blood from this Nia and just slowly suck up her blood orbs. So play with your food coming in really, really handy there. It's also going to come in handy later in the game as well. Just if he ever gets in a situation where he needs to get a hit to get his blood flowing again. And even while he's in his power, it makes him faster, which can be strong as well. So they're going to get some gens done. They got to get as much done as they can now, because once he starts using his power, there's a decent chance that they might start snowballing really, really quickly. Another pallet gets thrown. He kicks this. He has his power up. He's going to be looking around. He's going to be on the hunt now. Nia's leaving. These guys are playing fucking scared, and rightfully so. They're in a locker near that, I think. They're crouching around. They're hiding. They are not wanting to get chased. What? How did he not see him? This guy's got tofu eyes. This guy's got tofu eyes. This guy must also be 30 years old. Well, Claudette somehow managed to not get seen there. That's crazy. Nia, very scared, being like, please heal me. Please heal me. I don't want him to see. Okay, he sees Kate, though, so he's going to be able to get this. He's gonna get this party started. So here we go. Power gets popped. He was being really patient, not popping it until he saw somebody. She's going to throw this pallet for sure. So there goes God Pallet. She's going to be trying to buy as much time as she can here to not go down quickly, essentially, is going to be the plan. Oh, good job on that window by Kate. I actually might want to get a point of view of the Kate here to see how this plays out. I'm curious. Going to the hill. She has balance landing, so this is really strong by her. She'll be able to use her balance here to maybe get away and get to a pallet, which she did. Oh, good play from the Oni, though. Knowing that she's going to play safe and go around, makes it to the pallet. Nia here with a flashlight, but not able to do anything with it. So one down comes in, but really one down's not the end of the world. That's not bad. Like forcing the only to only get one down before the power runs out is really not that bad. Although the Nia is still injured, so she's still going to be dropping blood orbs. There's going to be also some blood orbs from the Claudette when she gets hooked as well as all these blood orbs from when the Nia was running around earlier. So he is going to have some orbs. I don't know if it'll be enough for him to get his power back, but it might be. It probably will be with the orbs that she's currently dropping right now as well. They're killing her with a med kit. They're trying to get her healed and trying to get her to stop the orb production as fast as possible. But unfortunately, I think there's enough around on the map right now that Oni can get his power back again. Or fortunately, if you're rooting for the killer, I guess it depends. He's short like maybe 2 orbs. So he's looking around to see if he can get some more. The survivor is looking like they're going to get unhooked. So Nia activating her deliverance with the unhook. He does get enough to get his power back. Let's see what he opts to do here. Sees the blood. He's probably going to go up to the blood shell. Sees the Kate. So she has balance landing, and then she also has the shack. So let's see what she opts to do here. Oh, good vision control. Okay, good play from the Oni. Oh, she's dead. Yeah. That was just so good from both sides. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Gotta get the second hook on her as well. Again, this is what you gotta do. You gotta get one out as fast as possible. These guys cranking gens, though, trying to get as much done as they can. Claudette's gonna pop this gen. But that's gonna cause Deadlock to probably proc on Nia's gen, I would assume. Lori also doing a gen. As a matter of fact, they actually might 99 that. There's another strat that you might see pretty often, and that's especially if there's a gen that's really far away from the rest, which is doesn't really look like that's the situation right now. But sometimes you'll find survivors that, like, when they know Deadlock's in play, which they should know about, I'm sure they've seen it activate at least once. When survivors know Deadlock's in play, it's a decently common strat where they'll leave a gen at 99 and basically let that generator eat all the deadlocks. Like, anytime a gen pops, they'll just let that one eat the deadlock. That way they don't have to deal with it on the gens that they're actually pressuring. Usually in like a 3-gen situation, or if there is like a potential 3-gen, you do it on a gen that isn't a 3-gen. It's interesting because the other side of the map looks like it has like the potential 3-gen, so maybe that's not the best spot. Reassurance comes in on the survivor. Only pops his power. He does see the Claudette. She's going to throw the... Oh, that was so close. I can't believe that didn't land, to be honest with you. The Claudette with the sneaky slow vault. Oni might be turning around. Lori gets a gen done. Oh, Claudette. Doing a good job here of being sneaky. Oh. 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 The unhook comes in though. The unhook comes in, which gets the Oni off of the Claudette and onto the Kate now. I think he's waiting out the potential base get bar time, which is now gone. So down she goes. She's gonna be dead. And how much do they have to show for it? This gen's gonna be done as well, I believe, right? So there you go. 4 gens done. Nia's gonna try to get there with the flashlight, but doesn't quite get it. So there you go. This Kate's now dead. But these survivors did a good job of pressuring the gens in the process of her dying. They got a lot done. That's exactly what you need, right? You need to like make sure that he's not able to get more downs than, you know, maybe 1 in his power. Like he was never able to get more than 1 down in his power, right? He was never able to like actually snowball super hard. And on top of that, they managed to get a lot of gens done. And on top of that, they also got good generators done in terms of positioning, right? They have a pretty good split. They have a gen way down on this hill near Shack. And they also have a gen way up in main building up here as well. So really, really far split in terms of gens. So it's going to be very difficult, next to impossible for the Oni to actually be able to protect them. Okay, okay. Claudette with the old triple vault. That was really, really good. Buying time. Again, all this is just buying time for her teammates to do this gen with Prove Thyself right now. There's 2 survivors on this gen with Prove Thyself, so she just needs to buy enough time for them to get that gen done. Doing such a good job window faking that as well. We'll see if she wins this 50-50. Doesn't quite win that 50-50 though. Gonna give him a little bit of his power, but that I think she bought enough time. It looks like she bought enough time because these guys are getting stuff done. She also has adrenaline too. So if she just buys a little bit more time, adrenaline's gonna kick in. They're in a really powerful spot here. Only 1 stack of no way out. Only 1 stack of no way out too. And already procs it immediately. The Claudette adrenaline straight to it and procking it right away. So that's only going to be blocked for 24 seconds. That's it. 24 seconds of no way out. It's going to be gone. It's already halfway gone. That's going to be gone in no time. He's looking for some orbs. He doesn't even have any orbs to get his power. The Claudette, she adrenaline, so there's no more orbs around the map. He has nothing right now. He has literally nothing. There's a couple orbs right there, but he doesn't have his power. He's just an M1 killer right now. He's literally just a basic M1 killer right now. He literally has nothing. He has nothing going for him. What he's going to have to try to do right now is he's going to have to try to get a down and basically secure this second kill and try to just get a 2K, essentially. And even that, oh, good play there, though. I don't think she was expecting the extra cooldown. Are these two just going to leave? I think these two are just going to leave and accept the 2 out. Getting the 2 out, oh, man. Fantastically played by these survivors. My God, so well played. Again, I can't even say anything bad about the Oni. The Oni played it really, really well as well. Just the survivors so on top of it, man. Did such a good job. Pressuring the gens perfectly, unhooking at the perfect moment. Even when that survivor was on their second hook, the fact that he was like getting ready to down that Claudette, I think MVP of this match. She did so well. She did such a good job of not going down to that jungle gym while that survivor was sitting there on second hook. And then right before she was about to go down, they got the unhook, which forced the Oni away and made him go back to actually tunnel her out, which made it so the Claudette didn't die. Had the Claudette gone down there, if he would have got the down on the Claudette before he had to go back and finish off the tunnel on the Kate, this might have been a whole different game. But the Claudette did such a good job. Every chase she got in, she did such a good job of buying time and not going down and just buying them time, right? Even in that final chase, she did such a good job at Shack with the triple vault, running over to the window at the long wall jungle gym and playing it pretty well, and bought enough time for those 2 survivors to Prove Thyself to get that gen done and pop her adrenaline, going straight to the gate, procking it. Just overall, amazing play for these survivors. And again, I can't even knock the killer at all either, because I think he played really, really well too. Just happened to lose a few like very, very essential 50-50s that kind of ended up being really, really important. And yeah, I mean, just survivors like just came out firing on all cylinders, and it's just hard to deal with that, man. I mean, no matter how good you play, if the survivors play that good, I mean, you're gonna be in trouble, man. There's really no way around it. Like, you're in trouble if survivors are playing that good. So again, unfortunately, there was a couple little situations in that match where it could have gone differently. But survivors coming through, getting the 2 out. Again, we don't know what the sacrifice points look like. I'm gonna take a quick peek over at OhTofu stream to see what's going on. That was the end of that match. I'm gonna take a quick peek over at OhTofu stream real quick. Actually, wait, OhTofu's watching our stream. Never mind, OhTofu's watching our stream, so I guess their thing already resolved. What was their result? Let me go. I'm gonna creep his. Wait. Oh my God, I'm stupid, and I was. Sorry, OhTofu was not watching our stream. I went to open OhTofu's stream, and I opened my own stream because we both start with the letter O. I don't want to talk about it. 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 This is Zots' stream. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Karma's going to win this one. Because, Karma's win condition's a 3K. They have 1 gen left. I mean, I guess I don't know the exact scenario they're in. But it's not looking good based off this. There's 1 dead, 1 person on hook, 3 people injured. Still a gen left. This is looking like it's going to result in probably at least a 3K. Unless there's a generator that's at like 99 that I don't know about. Just based off, like, this is so many blood orbs everywhere with them all being injured. This gen actually does have a lot of progress, but still, there's so many blood orbs everywhere with these guys all being injured. Well, actually, this could be close. They have a lot of gen progress around the map. Wait a minute. This is actually kind of close. So these guys need... Oh? The locker play? Okay, these guys need... Let me get out of this lobby. And let me mute. Because these guys need a... These guys need to get a 3 out. Or sorry, he needs to get a 3K to win. Like this killer, if this killer kills 3 survivors, his team wins the whole tournament. If the survivors manage to get 3 survivors out, they win the tournament. They get the final gen done. This is actually really close. If they get 2 survivors out, they could win off of the tiebreaker. Oh, this is actually so close. This is so close. The unhook comes in.
Multiple survivors here. Killer uses power. He knows that the exit gates have not been touched. 100% have not been touched.
Yeah, he has no way out.
He didn't get notification.
Okay, it actually just popped now though. Good vault from that Kate. This Kate needs to buy time here. This Kate needs to do like the best juicing of her life.
Oh, they went into a locker again. Get out of the locker. The killer didn't notice it or doesn't care.
Oh, going back to the gate.
Very sorry about the spectating bug. Let's have a look at what the survivors are doing.
Interesting.
This girl playing it safe. This girl literally went into a locker and got away with it.
They're waiting out. They're waiting out for no way out. This is spicy.
If the killer missed it or it's
also twitch.tv/sorry if you want to watch this on the actual channel. I love Osh. He's an amazing guy. He's also casting the other matches.
Killer has mind gamed themselves and now they're actually going to outwait no way out and have another go. That's insane. That's insane.
If they can wait on his power
from a really bad match, really good match.
Oh my god. If they can wait out his power, his power's gone.
Bitter end for 1.
Oh my god, they actually have a chance at this. They have a chance for the actual 3 out.
This kill caught out of position. It's not good news.
His power's gone.
Oh no.
He's just an M1 killer right now.
Okay, well played. Well played. Not bad.
The unnamed tech? Not doing the unnamed tech?
The killer, so no mind games allowed here. This bamboozle's coming. Gates open.
Okay, I'm gonna mute Ott just so we're not talking over each other. But oh my god, Ada's doing the gate. This is Arena doing a good job of juking. That gate's not open, but she can get Hatch maybe. Okay, they don't know where Hatch is gonna spawn, but I think they're gonna leave. What sacrifice points look like? Oh my god, if she gets Hatch, that would be incredible. Bamboozle coming in on that window. She's, unless it's like right here, I think she's dead. Does she have bounced landing? Twist to Ross. Does she have bounced? Oh, okay. There's the 2K. So it's going to come down to sacrifice points. So it's actually going to come down to sacrifice points. So wait, it's all just going to come down to sacrifice points then. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So wait, how do we... Shit. I don't know how to get the result. I think we just have to wait. Oh, shit. What's Odds have to say about this?
Much worse for the killer.
Dude, these survivors did such a good job of pulling that through to get that 2 out, though. That was impressive. I'm gonna be honest. When I switched over to the stream and I saw 3 survivors injured with 1 gen left, and the Oni in his power, I was like, oh yeah, they're dead. There's at least 3 dead for sure. They did such a good job of pulling that back. Oh my god, they did such a good job of pulling that back. They said, GG, well played, congrats on the win. Okay, so apparently Karma won. Apparently Karma won. Based off what Hecker Sub is saying, I think Karma won. Based on points, I would assume. Because I'm assuming these guys already know the result. I think Karma won, unless I'm reading this wrong. Yep, Karma's won. Yep. The winners are the winner is Karma. Yes, the winner of the tournament is Karma, confirmed. These survivors won the game. So This killer got less sacrifice points than the other killer, which yeah, which means that we know the winners. It is Karma. So congratulations, Team Karma, winning the Community Cup number 3. They're gonna get their prize of like 600 buckaroos or something. Or I think 500 buckaroos, 500 big ones, 500 smackaroos. I think going right to those guys, I believe. So congrats to those guys. They deserve it, man. They played that fucking phenomenally, dude. That was such a good team. I'm so glad to have casted that game. Those survivors were so good, man. I'm gonna have to remember their names because my lord, they were fun to watch. I want to watch them again. Hecker Sup also played amazing as well on both the killers he played, which was absolutely great. This is amazing to spectate, man. I want to do this more. So again, if you guys like this, remember to support it. This is all being ran by Battlefy. Again, big shout out to Battlefy for even letting me be able to do this. They host these tournaments every month. It's a monthly community cup from Battlefy. So I want to delay, so I'm not gonna type it. If my mods hear this when I'm saying this, please type exclamation point Battlefy in chat whenever you guys hear this. There and a link will pop up in chat. I saw Lemon made it earlier. Feel free to sign up for any of the cups. There will be one next month. I think this one was a little bit early because of the holidays, so next month might be a month from today. It's going to be like at some point next month. You can sign up with a team of 5. You need 4 survivors and a killer. And again, you can check out all the rules and everything, and hopefully I can cast next month's as well. So if you guys manage to make it far into the tournament, maybe I'll even be able to cast your games. I don't know. So it's been great though. I've really enjoyed casting this. This is fucking fantastic. I want to do some more of it. Hopefully we can do it again next month. This was super good. Again, huge congrats to Karma for coming through and playing amazingly. They had such a tough schedule. If you go back and look at their bracket as well, they had such a strong schedule in terms of teams to beat as well. But they came through the whole way and just played so well. So, all right, well, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna get rid of the delay. Well, actually, I still have an hour before I'm supposed to actually be live. So I'm going to end stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to like do a normal stream tonight, but I'll figure that out. I'll let you guys know in Discord, okay? If you guys care about the stream that's going to happen later, whether it does or doesn't happen, pay attention to Discord. But I'm going to end the stream for now. I'm going to take the next like hour to go get some food and take care of some stuff around the house that I got to do before I stream. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I loved catching this tournament. This was great. I know we only did 2 games. Hopefully next month we can maybe do some more. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your night. I'm out of here. See ya. I'll take care of ya. See you later. See ya. And congrats to Karma. Congrats to Karma. Congrats. Goodbye. Congrats to Team Karma. Goodbye.